So let us see our first problem for on Green's theorem. So our question first is, apply Green's theorem. Apply Green's theorem in plane to evaluate the closed integral over C of the quantity 2x square minus y square dx plus x square minus y square dy, where what is the C? C is the boundary. This is the boundary of the surface enclosed by the x-axis and the semicircle y is equal to square root 1 minus x square. So this is what is given to you. Now if you say I won't use Green's theorem and I will directly solve this integral and compute the line integral for this particular curve, so that would be quite tedious for you to solve, right? So that is the use of Green's theorem, that whenever we found some line integral which has difficult geometry to solve and which we cannot directly calculate or solve, so we will apply the Green's theorem and will simplify this, and we will then calculate the surface integral corresponding to that. So first of all, let's visualize the region as always. What is your curve C? And then we can proceed. So let's first visualize. So for the solution here, our given curve is represented by the semicircle, this y square is equal to 1 minus x square, or you can write x square plus y square is equal to 1. This is the semicircle, and which is enclosed by this x-axis and this semicircle. So your region would be like this. This circle has center at the point 0, 0 and radius as equal to 1. So we have our xy plane like this, right? And on this xy plane, this point is the origin. Suppose this is the point 1, so this is the corresponding point minus 1. So our semicircle would pass through all these points. So we will have circle of this kind, right? So this is the semicircle bounded by x-axis and this circle. So we can write this point as minus 1 comma 0, this point is 1 comma 0, this point is 0 comma 0, and this point is 0 comma 1. And let us also name them A, B and O. And the equation for this line is y is equal to square root 1 minus x square. The equation of this line is y is equal to 0, right? So this is our region. So where we wanted to perform the line integral. The line integral here is performed with respect to this curve. So let me highlight the curve. The curve is this one in the anti-clockwise direction, because we want the direction to be positive. So this is your curve, and the region is this yellow marked region. Now in order to solve this integral, so what we are to do, we are to compute the closed line integral of the function 2x square minus y square dx plus x square plus y square dy. So we have to solve this. So we can apply Green's theorem here. So according to Green's theorem, this function, we have this form m dx plus n dy. So accordingly this become equal to m and this become equal to n. So you have, by the theorem, you have the surface integral. This term now becomes equal to the surface integral, double integral of the quantity. It is equal to del n by del x minus del m by del y, right? So your n is this quantity x square plus y square, so that means del by del x of x square plus y square, and then you have minus del by del y of m. M is 2x square minus y square, so that is 2x square minus y square dx dy. So we have to solve this integral by taking out the appropriate limits for this particular region. Now for this particular region, it's very simple to take out the limits. So what we can do, we can take a vertical line, because we wanted to take the limits of y first. It is up to you, you can take anything. So here you will look at this point where this arrow enters the region. Here the value of y is equal to 0, and the point where it leaves this region, so this is the point where it enters the region, and this is the point where it leaves the region. Here the value of y is equal to 0. Here the value of y is equal to square root 1 minus x square. So we have the integral here as the limits of y varying from 0 to square root 1 minus x square, and we have dy here, and then for x, what would be our limits? X here varies from this point to this point. So the value of x here is minus 1, and here it is equal to plus 1. So these are the limits, and our function here is obtained when you take the differentiation of this. So when you take the differentiation partially with respect to x of this function, you obtain 2x. Of this function, you obtain 0. So you have 2x only, minus when you take partial differentiation of this, you have 0. When you take partial differentiation of this with respect to y, you have minus 2y. So this is what you have. Now let's simplify this. So we have x is equal to minus 1 to 1. Y varies from 0 to square root 1 minus x square. 2x plus 2y dy dx. Now this is very simple to solve. So let's solve this. Firstly, we'll perform the integration with respect to y, right, for this quantity. So we will have integration x varying from minus 1 to 1 dx as such. The integration with respect to y for this quantity. Now this would be treated as constant, so it would be 2x into y, and the integration of 2y would be 2y square by 2. So this 2 and 2 cancels, and the limit for y, that is from 0 to the point 1 minus x square square root. So let us substitute the limits here for y. So when you substitute the upper limit, it would be 2x square root 1 minus x square, and for the second quantity it would be 1 minus x square, and when you substitute the limit 0, it would be 0. So now we have to perform the integration of this quantity with respect to x. So for this first term, what we can do, we can separate out this integral. So it would be 2 outside, x square root 1 minus x square dx, and then integration x varying from 1 to minus 1, 1 minus x square dx. So the integration of this second term is very simple. So it would be x minus x cube by 3, and the limits of x, they vary from 1 to minus 1, right? And for the first term here, we'll make a substitution. We'll put x square is equal to t, so that you have 2x dx is equal to dt. So from here, we can also change the limits. Whenever x is equal to minus 1, the value of t is equal to 1, and whenever x is equal to plus 1, the value of t is again equal to 1. Is there some mistake? Or in fact, let's not completely change it. Let's just make this integration, so that whenever you put substitute 1 minus x square as t, so you have the derivative of this function as such. So that means its integration would be simply 1 minus x square. Its power earlier was 1 by 2. It would be now 1 by 2 plus 1. So that would be 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. And we have the limits of integration. Let's not change it. So we are keeping it in variable x only. So it would be from minus 1 to 1. And for this case, when you substitute the limits, when you substitute the lower limit, it would be minus 1 plus 1 by 3. This is the upper limit, and the lower limit would be minus of the limits. Actually they are from minus 1 to 1. Yes. Okay, so we have this limit minus 1 to 1 plus 1, so it would be plus 1 to minus 1. So when you substitute plus 1 here, so you have plus 1 minus 1 by 3 and minus the lower limit minus 1 plus 1 by 3. Okay, so let's substitute it for the first value here also. So it would be 2 by 3. When you substitute the limits 1 and 1, so this would be 0, right? And here this quantity would be, it would be 2 minus 2 by 3. So we have the final answer as 4 by 3. So this is the answer. So we saw how we can calculate the given line integral very easily using this surface integral. Okay, so let us see the next question. It says that verifies Green theorem for this line integral of the function 3x square minus 8y square dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy, where the boundary is defined by this region. So our first step as always is to visualize this given region. So for that, let us draw the coordinate axis. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the origin. Now x is equal to 0 is this y-axis only, right? This is x is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 is this x-axis, right? So we have this as y is equal to 0, this as x is equal to 0, and the line x plus y is equal to 1. This line, whenever x is 0, the value of y is 1, and whenever y is 0, the value of x is, whenever the value of y is 0, the value of x is 1. So we have these 2 points here. So this point is 0, 1 and this point is 1, 0. So our line here passes through these 2 points. So our line would be something like this. Right, suppose this is the point. Okay, and not this one. Right, so this is the triangle which is formed by these 3 points. So call this as point B. This is the point 0, 0, which is the origin O, and this point is, say, the point A. So this is a region R, and it is marked in the counterclockwise direction, in anti-clockwise direction. So this is our region R. So and this curve represents your curve C. Now, because in this question we are to verify Green's theorem, that means we are to first calculate this integral, and we are to show that. So here, to verify Green's theorem, what we are to do, we are to solve the line integral over C of m dx plus n dy as equal, and we are to show that the given quantity is equal to del n by del x minus del m by del y of dx dy. So let's solve it. In the first case, let's solve the left hand side first. So for the left hand side, we are given to be the closed curve C of m dx plus n dy. Now we are given the quantity. What is m here? M is this. This is your n, right? So first of all, we are to break our curve C into straight line portions. So now in this we have 3 straight lines moving from 0 to A to C, and from C to from this point O to the point A, then from point A to the point B, and then from the point B to the point O, right? So we have this quantity moving from OA. In our case, it is OA plus AB plus BO, right? So we'll first solve this much portion. So according to that, first of all, let's rectify what are our regions. So along OA, what do we have? Along AB, what do we have? And along BO, what do we have? So let's see this much portion. So along OA, you have 2 points 0, 0 and 1, 0. What is the equation of this line? The equation of this line is y is equal to 0. So you can calculate that, and simply it is given to be y is equal to 0. So from this you also have dy is equal to 0, and here because all these quantities are 0, that means you have the variable limits for x, and x here varies from the point 0 to the point 1 because y here remains same. So that means the limits for x, they varying from 0 to the point 1. Now let us see the same whenever we are moving on to the point from the point A to the point B. So this is our point A, this is our point B. Here we have the equation of this line as x plus y is equal to 1. So from here I can either write the value of x or I can write the value of y. So it is up to me. So suppose I am writing here the value of x as 1 minus x. So if I have the value of y as 1 minus x, so when you differentiate this quantity, you will have dy is equal to minus dx. And in this case, because you are writing y in terms of x, dy in terms of dx, so that means you have to write the limits for x. So what are the limits of x here? Let's have a look. X here is varying from the point 0, from the point 1 to the point 0. So our limit here varies from the point 1 to the point 0, and remember not to take it from 0 to 1. It is from 1 to 0. Okay, along the point curve BO, along BO we have this point and this point. Here the equation of this line is equal to x is equal to 0. So we have x is equal to 0. That means dx is equal to 0. That means here in this case we wanted to write the limits for y because x is 0 here. So y here in this case varies from 1 to 0, not from 0 to 1. Remember that because of direction. So we have 1 to 0. Now you have all these three values. So accordingly we can calculate these quantities. So let's have a look and calculate these quantities here. So our closed integral over C of m dx plus n dy, this now becomes equal to integration over integration over OA of the quantity 3x square minus 8y square dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy, right? So this is the first quantity. For AB we have the same quantity. And for BO we have the same quantity. Right. So now we can look at our given curves. Along OA, we have the value of y as 0 and the value of dy as equal to 0, and the limits of x, they vary from 0 to 1. So here we can write this to be x varying from 0 to 1. The value of x we do not have any information about, but we have information about the values of y. So we will have 3x square as such. Instead of y we will write 0, right? This is dx, and instead of y we will write 0, and instead of dy we will again write 0. So this is our first case. For the second case, we have the values as x varying from 1 to 0, x varying from 1 to 0, and moreover here the value of y is 1 minus x and the value of dy is minus dx. So let's carefully write down these terms. So you have x varying from 1 to 0. The value of x in this case, the value of y was 1 minus x and the value of dy was minus dx. So keeping that in mind, writing in place of these terms, so we have 3x square as such minus 8. Instead of y we will write 1 minus x whole square. Instead of dx, it is dx only. And then we have plus, instead of y we will write 1 minus x, then minus 6x. Instead of y it is 1 minus x, and then instead of y dy we have minus dx. And for the third case, for the case of BO, we have y varying from 1 to 0, dx and x as 0. So we have y varying from 1 to 0, and instead of the function values 3x square, so we have 3 0 square minus 3 8 y square into 0 plus 4 into y minus 6 0 into y dy. So next let's simplify these terms. So for the first quantity, when you simplify this is 0 obviously. When you simplify this, you have integration x varying from 0 to 1, 3x square dx. For the second quantity, we have to look for the quantities. Here x varies from 1 to 0. We have 3x square. Here you can open up the brackets, so it would be minus 8 1 plus x square minus 2x into dx, and here also we have dx, so we can write dx and then minus of all these quantities, so minus 4 1 minus x, then plus 6x, and this minus and minus, we have minus 6x square. Okay, and for the third case, we have this equal to, now this is 0, so we have y varying from 1 to 0, 4y dy, right? So let's solve this. So when you solve this, it would be x cube, and when x cube varies from 0 to 1, and then when you solve this, it would be x cube minus 8x cube by 3 plus 16 x square by 2 minus 4x plus 4x square by 2 plus 6x square by 2 minus 6x cube by 3, right? And the limits here, they vary from 1 to 0, and the last term is 4y square by 2, and the limits here varies from 1 to 0. So let's simplify this. This would be 1 plus the value here. When you substitute 0, it would be 0. When you substitute 1, it would be minus of 1 minus 8 upon 3 plus 8 minus 4 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2, right? And for this quantity, you have plus 0 minus 2, right? So we have here this and this cancels out, this and this cancels out, this and this cancels out, so we have 1 plus 8 upon 3 minus 2. So finally this is 3 plus 8 minus 6, so that is 5 by 3. So this is the value which we obtained for the left hand side. So now you see the applicability of Green's theorem here. So this calculation is so lengthy to solve, right? So this is what we obtained for this left hand side. Now let's go and solve for this right hand side. So you see the utility of Green's theorem. Okay, for the right hand side here, we wanted to solve this quantity double integration over R of del n by del x minus del m by del y. Integration is performed with respect to x and y. So now let's do that quickly. So it would be del by del x. Now what was your m and what was your n? So let's have a look. Our m was equal to 3x square minus 8y square, and our n was equal to 4y minus 6xy. So let's write down here the value of n. The value of n is equal to 4y. So it is 4y minus 6xy minus del by del y of m. M is 3x square minus 8y square dx dy. So let's first simplify this and then we'll move on to the limits. So this would simply be equal to double integration over r. So when you perform the derivative partially with respect to x, so you'll be obtaining 0 minus 6y, and then you have minus of 0 minus 16y into dx dy. So this is equal to minus 6y plus 16y. So that is 10y dx dy, and we have the double integration over r. Now remember, what was your region? Your region was a triangle. Your region was a triangle defined like this. This point was 0, 0. This point was 1, 0. This point was 0, 1. This was O, this was B, this was A, and you traveled in this direction. So this was your region. Now in this region, you wanted to calculate what are the limits of x and y. So it is up to you whether you wanted to take the limits of y first or x first. So let's draw a vertical line here. So at here you will see at which point it enters this region and at which point it leaves this region. Here the value of y is equal to 0, and this was the equation of line x plus y is equal to 1. So from here you can calculate the value of y as 1 minus x. So the limits for y, they varies from 0 to 1 minus x of 10y dy, and for x the limits would be from here to here. X here varies from the point 0 to the point 1. So when you solve this integration, it would be 10. The integration of y would be y square by 2, and the limits of y would be from 0 to 1 minus x. So this is what you have. So it would be 5 1 minus x whole square dx, and integration of x varying from 0 to 1. So when you perform this integration, it would be 1 minus x whole cube divided by minus 1. Minus 3 in fact, and the limits of integration, they varies from 0 to 1. So you have minus 5 upon 3, and when you substitute the limits, it would be 0 minus 1. So the final answer is 5 by 3. So you see, you got the same answer while solving this right hand side as 5 by 3. However, the calculation is so short, right? So this is what you solved here in this case, and for the left hand side you got the same value when you solve this particular quantity here, the line integral. So this is how this theorem is helpful in order to reduce so many of the computations, and here we verified the Green's theorem. I hope you understood this concept. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.